Life is full of nuanced social interactions.
We all evidently come equipped with social antenna that we don't even realize we have.
Finding love is the most intricate of them all. But when the way you interact with people is different from everyone else,
love is a very abstract concept that many people with autism have a hard time grasping. There's no way to quantify it.
it makes things just that much more complicated. In Autism in Love, filmmaker Matt Fuller gives a new and authentic perspective on the intimate relationships of people with autism and their search for true love. This program is made possible in part by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
You want me to tell you something really interesting, man? I was going to wear a suit in this interview, but I thought it would have been too much. So I might as well put these nice sweatpants on and this nice shirt on. It's a little too much, I think. But next time when we have a good interview, I'll wear a suit. Okay?
One thing I will mention is that at times, if you ask a question, there may be occasions where it may take me a little while to respond, but that's only because I'm just trying to process the incoming speech, and then I'm trying to verbally process the answer. So you may hear a pause, at times. So.
I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota. I like living in St. Paul.
I never knew for sure if I was going to get married or not. So that is something that I never was really fixated on doing. It's always been important to me to have somebody in my life, but whether or not I was married to that person, I wasn't sure about.
So what kind of questions you got to ask me?
Good. I feel good about documentaries.
I'm comfortable with looking at anywhere on the camera, actually, so.
Hello? I'd like to buy a cigar.
Yeah, just one. What do you like?
Let me see that big one up there. Yeah, I got something to ask you. Did you hear about that one basketball coach that lived a long time ago?
What happened to him?
The Celtics coach.
Uh-huh.
At our back. Did you ever hear about that guy?
No.
I'll tell you what he did. What do you think about this okay? Every time, okay, he was stubborn, arrogant, and he was a jerk, okay? And every time he won a big game, he won. Okay. Every time he won a big game, he would smoke a cigar and hold on, he would rub it in the other team's face.
What?
Like, no, he would like. Thing.
That's $9.80. Out of $10. 20 cents a bag. Would you like a bag?
I'm good.
Have a great weekend.
Two.
I knew that there was something special with Lenny right away. He would always like move his hands, like he would like get excited, move his hand. He was always really, really meticulous about stuff, even when he was little, like where it needed to be. He just, when he wouldn't talk, I knew that there was something on. It's been hard. You've got this kid that really want to be autistic, and Lenny's smart enough to know that he's different and he doesn't like it. That's a big, big struggle.
Sometimes in my life, I try to tell I was never autistic. Felt like I had to hide it from people because they would kind of laugh at you a little bit. People would think to me like, you know, he's cool, and if they found out I was in that situation, they would be like, oh, he's kind of a weird kid, we shouldn't be hanging out with him. Sometimes I feel a little bit scared because you go see a girl and she likes you and all this stuff, and maybe if you're autistic, maybe she'll be like, I don't want to be with you no more because you're autistic. It'll be a little hurtful a little bit. I'm single, by the way. I've been single for a long time. Had one girlfriend, but it didn't work out that well. I don't want to talk about that. Is that okay? Just, you know, memories.
She was really not very nice. And I know that sex was a really big issue because she had wanted to have sex and Lenny didn't want to. And they split up for a while. And then when he got together with her, they ended up having sex. And it wasn't like a good thing. Like, I didn't realize how little Leonard knew until recently. Like,
I just want to tell those young kids, don't have sex at, you know, get screwed all day. When you can have sex with the girl or the guy, for both of you, when I feel like it doesn't have to happen the first day, you're jumping the gun. You're shooting the gun right away. You gotta do it when it's like a couple months into it, man. Or maybe when you get married. That's what I think. Don't have sex on the first date. That's not love when you do it on the first date, when you meet someone for the first time. Or that's reckless love. That's called reckless.
and his dad's not around. He just doesn't have that positive male role model to kind of tell him, like, this is how you do it. What you do. This is, you know, he's got me, he's got mom.
Biggest wave I've ever seen. When they caught us, that was it. It was over. 15 seconds, the boat was in pieces.
Beth Lindsay is at a conference from the Autism Society of America in Nashville, Tennessee, in July of 2005. Started calling it relationship in the fall of that year, maybe 3 years later, when we met up at another conference, and I asked her how to be in a relationship with me. Just said, well, I'm confused, but I just may work. She was confused at first, but she could see this working. Hi.
Well, I think the one thing to
How are you?
in this case is that in 1999, they did go towards
Welcome home.
Native American ways. This was a case that was ruled.
I think that Autism definitely presents unique challenges to our relationship. Our particular routines and rigidities and our particular zones, and we're so fixated on that it's sometimes difficult to
Love your.
Oh, thanks. Do you know, did I ever tell you one reason I love jewelry so much is it gives me a sort of a shield to sort of protect myself from sort of vulnerable elements. It makes me feel. Oh, really?
Element.
Yeah, I kind of discovered that after wearing the last several, especially the last 10 years, I've really wearing heavy jewelry, and I discovered a reason why that it kind of makes me, because I feel so vulnerable and feel so, introverted, that wearing the jewelry kind of makes me feel that sort of false sense of confidence. Feel less vulnerable. It makes me feel like sort of a shield, so to protect myself from feeling more vulnerable.
Well, it looks like the weather just came on. I was going to a glimpse here and see what he says about.
I can't interrupt you with the weather.
Be near me. I may not talk to you as much.
I'll be right back. Okay.
We tried as normally as we possibly could. All the time making allowances in our own mind for the fact that she would do everything quite as fast or quite as well. Just trying to raise her as normally as we could.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Lindsay.
We all evidently come equipped with social antenna that we don't even realize we have. We know instinctively when we are getting too close to someone physically, when we seem to be pushing them a little further than they want to be pushed, when maybe we should back off and not be quite so bossy or controlling. Lindsay didn't have the antenna.
Lindsay, can you wave? Say, Lindsay. Lindsay.
Look, she just asked me to put a hat back on her.
Cute. Lindsay. Can you wave? Can you wave? Yeah.
It's sort of mystifying. But the absence of that antenna, very hard. That was very challenging for her. She wanted to fit in.
Hey, it's Lindsay. Where's Lindsay? There she is. There she is.
Lesser-known names for 600, please.
Senator Robert Wagner sponsored the act.
What's the National Labor Relations Board? What's the National Labor Relations Board?
Short. Rob.
What is the National Labor Relations Board?
Correct.
Compound words for 400.
Motorcyclist Evel Knievel is called this on his tombstone.
What's a daredevil?
And by the Smithsonian.
What's a daredevil?
Joshua.
What is a daredevil?
That's it.
I did very well, huh?
You did very well.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
That's DT.
Monday at 6:30.
What are you having for dinner tonight?
Sole fish with mashed potatoes. Have you got mashed potatoes?
Not yet.
Are you cooking?
My mother is cooking.
Oh, okay. Do you ever cook?
I cook hot dogs every Sunday.
When he was young, did you think that he would be capable of a romantic relationship?
No, I didn't dare hope. I didn't dare hope.
Although his expression was not there, but he had knowledge.
Baruch atanu nai Eloheinu v'Eloheinu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Ha'el Hagadol Ha'Gibor Elyon Gomel Chasadim V'Toivim V'Kanei.
But of course, he still does not elaborate and doesn't express himself too well about his real feelings. His language is still not up to the way it should be. He talks and he communicates, and
But in a certain way.
in a certain way.
So tell me more about your job, Stephen.
Well, I was doing assembly work, and I was working in stamps, and I worked on trays.
What's trace?
Trace just means to fold for the United States Postal Service.
Okay. And so when you do stamps, tell me about what you have to do for stamps.
Envelopes.
How many do you do a day, would you say?
500.
Oh, that's a big workload.
Yes.
Wow. And what day do you work?
8 hours. From 7 until 3.
Okay. You get to work
by bus.
Do you take one bus or more than one?
Just a bus.
Just one bus?
Yes.
Oh, do you like the bus?
Yes.
He should become, he should be that, thank God we accomplished, institutionalized.
He's a bad man.
What's up, dude?
Mom. Let me see the game first.
Come on. Talk about a dating website a little bit.
I want to do that.
What would you put if you were like putting like?
I don't know. Private to me and you only. There's not going to be no joking around.
Put on a dating website like your interest.
Sports.
What else? You wouldn't like the Comic-Con stuff, do you?
I won't do it.
How come? Okay.
That's you. That's.
You don't want to find somebody that. So what other interests? So you want
Yeah, a little bit.
a businesswoman?
No, not completely. I pay for the dates. Me. That's the way it goes. That's the way shit goes. I'm not gonna let everything at me. I gotta be the one that. Her. No, it is fair.
Kind of chauvinistic. A little bit. I mean, what's out there that is perfect money than you do?
Nope. I'll take her. I'll take her.
He does not wants to be like everybody else. So then he goes above and like kind of trying to fit in, and everybody can see that like, why are you acting like this? Like, he's special. So he just needs to be who he is.
Making more money. I hear so many things about. I hear so many YouTube videos about women.
I'm in. Okay.
No, it's women to send us. They say don't be a broke ass.
These are the kind of women.
No, that's and not to be a broke man, and I don't want to be a broke man with a woman. Everything I need to be
you
the
don't
one.
have to be paying for everything, or you could be paying for stuff. But when you get into a relationship with somebody, you're supposed to be their partner.
Well, I need to be the one doing more. That's the way it goes.
I think that's the way it goes. I think that you're being misinformed. It's not really great people. I think you're being misinformed.
I'm not.
What if you find somebody, and I'm just saying, if you love somebody, it shouldn't matter. It should be like, you just love her, and maybe one day you'll be making more money. And you guys just support each other in that good kind of like foundation. And
It's just hard. It's just hard to believe it.
Why?
It's about being the more independent one.
But you will be independent. You're going to. That doesn't happen, Lenny. Sometimes for people. It's hard. That transition from freaking into manhood, that's hard.
I know.
I couldn't even...
Good though, Mom. Good.
Well, trying to be good how? I want you to feel good.
I'm just going through a little bit of a struggle. I'm down on myself too many times, and it's too tough to. Because I feel like I should be doing more in life.
Do you consider yourself like less?
Sometimes.
Why?
I feel different. I feel bad. I feel being autistic sometimes.
Let's get past this and get on with it, because you're freaking awesome, man.
I know. I know.
You need to know.
Okay.
I love you. So he's really down on himself. I think once he starts working, he's going to feel better about himself. He's going to feel more productive, like he's out there doing something, because right now he doesn't feel like he's doing anything.
Some parts of Massachusetts and Rhode Island could see up to a foot of snow, and in New Jersey, well, the storm certainly isn't.
I always knew I was different. Even before I was informed of my diagnosis of autism, though, I always felt I was an odd character outside of my peers. I didn't really understand why. I would often get me, and I was wrong. And after learning about diagnosis, I for several years struggled to why I couldn't why I couldn't fit in, why I couldn't be accepted. Unfortunately, I think the first impressions I received when I was learning about autism were quite negative, and as a result, I felt incredibly ashamed of being autistic. Every morning when I get ready, I look in the mirror before I step outside the house, thinking to myself, well, I look okay. I look okay today. And the moment I step outside the front door, I immediately become self-conscious. I've recognized pretty quickly that the way I perceive myself in the outside world is drastically different than the way I perceive myself in my own. In some aspects, at times, I do feel like I have found that personal with myself, or that personal peace. But it's still very difficult for me to find acceptance of myself. I have just learned how to be a good actress.
remember when I started at work, and I wasn't necessarily sure what to expect because everybody on the spectrum is, you never know if somebody is going to be going or, kind of the classic description of someone not, unfortunately not interested, empathetic.
I always had this fear people would be staring at me. That right through me. I think it relates to my frustration I've had over the years of being pressured to fit into the social norm. That I'm not good enough if I don't fit in.
Have you ever dated somebody who was on the spectrum before?
Actually, all the guys I've dated prior to Dave were not on the spectrum. So Dave is the first.
How is it different?
To me, it boils down to three things. I have a formula here. It's L plus P plus 2T. So each part is 25%. So you have 25% of the P and L, 50% of the T, which results in what the would be in terms of relationship and dating potential. Now you're wondering, L is how they look physically, physical appearance and attributes. The second P is personality. What is their lifestyle like? And most importantly is T is how they treat you, treatment towards you. If, like say for example, if the person is relatively ugly, then they get like a 50% category in the L category, but they have nearly perfect personality and nearly perfect way they treat you, they're going to score pretty well in the overall scheme of things. So the T